Villa sneaking through. Ooh. That's a little bit of a surprise, and I'll tell you for why. So I've not done. I've got one of them. I'm on with the Oregon pick, right. But
these are a little bit from the norm. Obviously, taking down Clash again. It's one of those bands where you look at it and you can go, "Yeah, fair play. I feel that." That is going to shake Team 1 to their core when they push their way in. Opening frag found from VNX. Attack damage they're sustaining though. They are getting kills, but they're so low. It won't matter if they're not going to even take a firefight though, Tim. As Vitz with a final frag will leave Falls living up to his namesake. As he falls down to the DECK, another frag going the way.
Absolutely perfectly timed, and INTZ, they're going to have to get moving, and as they do so, they're starting to panic, they're starting to push, they're starting to take the risks, and they are shut down by Team 1 in a flawless round.
That's clean. The big boy himself coming in the final moments and then leave when he needs to. This is a really cheeky way to play it though, trying to keep himself out of sight. But unfortunately can't convert that.
But a better point is Falls shutting down Duds. That's going to be the Ash going by the wayside, and Redux gets aware that he's actually moved himself up the stairs. But the reaction is great from VNX as he manages to shut down the Jaeger. Right now, it's 2 versus 2, and we're just trading back and forward here. We've got one down. We've got a kill onto VNX. 45 seconds to go, and they could not have been closer to each other as Drunks moves through and gets himself a kill, and that is going to close the round out for INTZ. And once again, they are successful in Aviator game to pin down and keep themselves wriggling around in sight. And now the last 5 seconds and the kills will start to rain in. INTZ managed to get versus Drunks. Drunks is in behind the dining room table that's tipped over, and he gets the angle and the kill onto Falls. And that is a big round for INTZ, Jackie.
It's not as if it will do damage to the parts, but more that they just don't like the idea of getting wet. And I'll tell you what, this round starting if they don't find their frags, 2 of them get slain. As Lucan and Redux getting a killer piece. The headshot onto Alamo. The Zofia takes a heavy hit. They bait them out though with a fake plant. That actually works. It's good for 1 frag. Need to frag and get that diffuser down immediately. Jaeger pushes him, but it's a blunder. Gives him the opportunity to plant. No reason to commit now, and the round is done.
Easy for Team 1 at that point. It was all uphill. His life in his own hands as he moves across the study there, but there comes the flank from Vitz. Hits Fleep on the ground. It's all for Falls to just hold himself safe. That's exactly what he does. The challenge almost comes in. Definitely a couple of breaching charges knocking about somewhere. Likely on Falls on the Zofia, but Redux, he just goes route. Lesser known vault door. Out goes the Nitro over the top, and it will be successful. Great kill.
A lifeline. A look down to try and find the shot. Pushing behind the desk. The close encounter. Just as she gets the bomb down, they find the frag, leaving it all down to Falls in a 1v2. Pistol out, but no chance as the round will be pistoled away. With Alamau dropping the Tetleys at the end there.
Just testing the crouch key, Jackie. You've got to make sure that
he's got the diffuser on his back, sprints in towards the bar. That'll be Falls finding a frag, and the quick adjustment as the flick shot Buccaneer coming through with a bombardier play. That is absolutely wild. As
challenge on through that smoke. Duds has gone down and will be finished off by Raps. That's a backstab coming in, but the Ash is completely unaware. But how about that 4 diffuser down on the ground, and a great late execute from Team 1 once again. Alemo, he's fighting, but he's all alone, and he's shut down by Raps. What a great round from Raps on the Ash. That was a heck of a knife as he came around the corner onto the castle. How about those reactions? Joe of Duds takes him out with a clean knockout punch. Raps gets another onto Alemo. Raps again onto VNX down whilst all the action is going on around him. Vitz is down, Drunks is low. Team 1 win. It's as simple as that. They get themselves onto that magical score of 6. Guaranteed draw here, and they will be able to push forward now to try and
take on this first map. Let's see what they're going to be throwing out, if it'll be throwing shade or if it'll be mistakes being made. There's Raps cleaning up on the entry frag. That's 2. There's a 3rd from Redux. Falls coming in with the Drunks. You can almost taste it, how annoyed he is off the back of this. They do give him 2 frags, but it's merely just consolation prizes at the end of this one. He'll fall to the pistol of Redux, slapped in the face as Villa.
It did go down to the wire, but one way or another, they got it over the line, and that is a great start for them in this matchup. Team 1, they need to improve their form, and they need to start. So it's going to be a free-flowing game, I would suggest.
Yeah, no shieldy boys. Sick of the thickness about what's happened on the first map. Obviously, coming into
Can't
this,
forget about that.
A different
down by Felipox. 4 versus 2, diffuser on the ground, and INTZ, they're falling like flies. Jackie, it's all coming apart at the scene. On low health, but surely it's going to be a matter of time until the angle comes through. Felipox has just absolutely dominated them without ever moving his feet. He's just got 3 kills from that exact same spot. Rotation back into sight if needed. Now, the man on pillars is particularly important and will be. He knew exactly where the Jaeger was playing and then dashed across. Got himself established. Now VNX from the round with a nice headshot. So we find ourselves 4 versus 2. However, for Leapok's getting in and just starting to ring around the roses with one of the attackers. Gets the Ash. That's going to leave him 1 versus 2. He hasn't. It is. He can make the challenge, but he won't be able to. Taken down across the rear stage. Falls it is to finish the round, and Team 1 find themselves 2-0. Could this be the start of a landslide victory here, Jackie?
Of Team 1 as 2 of them get gunned down. Falls and Philippox both pop down onto their buttocks, and the response 4-on-1. It's all up to the Nomad, but Redux got no chance to win this one as the game is pulled out from under damage. We see Duds running in for the early peak, swings wide, shuts down one man, but there's a trade back, leaving us in a 4-4. This round is not clean cut. The long-range shot, Alamau with a pre-fire the second the head.
Either way, it gets the job done, and you can't take away from the skill of the man just hitting those shots through there at head level. Now, Vitz, he's going to take Redux out. Lukid falls as he comes in through the window, and that's another round to INTZ. 3 in a row now, and they get themselves the advantage, and they've finally woken up here on Oregon.
Not only his gun,
in terms of getting in and doing multiple things at once, but Drunks, he's going to close down the first and the second on a fantastic...
Seconds left. These smoke canisters are buying a little bit more time, but the shots are doing even more. Transition pump, the shotgun that has an attitude, and it'll bite down to him onto the first. As VNX lays for Leapok's, there goes Raps, and it is goodbye and good night for Team 1 in the end of the first half, as INTZ will take a large lead. Drunks coming in with the early openers, and the rest of the team got 10 seconds. They need to find a frag and get the diffuser down, but the only thing that's going down is everyone on INTZ. It's a 2 versus 5, scratched out, a 1v5 as they're scratched out of existence. VNX with a flick shot gets one, pre-fire panic, but nothing to be found as he tilts right out of the round. Out of this series, that could be a bit of an issue though, as they do lose Vitz in the early 3 Musketeers that will be clutching onto it. The reload with a pump as he gets off the follow-up shot. This is looking rough for the last 2 members of INTZ.
Falls reacting rapidly there as he was just heading into that reload animation, but able to snap back out and get the shot up through the vertical angle. 5 versus 1 now. It's going to be a nitro from Raps to finish things off, and that is going to be a need to be.
Ooh, see you later, Ash. She has been popped in.
As you say, Vitz and his crew just playing very slowly at the minute. He does manage to finish one off onto Redux, but VNX will be lost along the way. Drunks gets in and squares. Lost here as we're in the middle of the smoke. Lukid and Raps, they know exactly where they are though. Team 1, number 1 here today. They will take the maximum 3 points away from INTZ, and they do it 1 round quicker than they managed.
Went on walking away with the Oregon. That is going to be a tough pill to swallow for INTZ. They've got to be upset with the outcome of that. Here he is, Bodega. Welcome back, mate.
Hey, what's up, guys?
It's good to have you back, dude. Sporting the jersey tonight. You're looking fresh.
Yeah, that's it's kind of good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Black one, yeah, the I prefer the black one since the white one is for fatties. Isn't very good, you know.
Oh man, it's a great look, and it was a great series, Bodega, mate. It was interesting to watch. I did want to ask though, right off the back, in terms of the veto, what were you thinking alongside that? Were you happy with the 2 maps that you went into today, just in terms of the veto?
Okay, so we knew that INTZ had a great villa, and we wanted to face it because we felt prepared to take on villa. And it was we started a little, shaky on defense, but we knew that our attacks were pretty strong during our screens, and we got the comeback.
Talking about Villa, Bodega, a few of your attacks, they were left very late in the round. It seemed like it was a more sort of slower, methodical approach. Is that something, after the last couple of play days where you've struggled to get it over the line, is that something you've particularly tried to do? Just slow down and make sure that everything's in place before you go into site?
Well, INTZ, they don't have anything to play right now in terms of tournament. So we knew that they were going to play without pressure and they were going to take gunfights. And what I just told them, to my players, is that if we do it slower and at the final 20 seconds, the 20-second meta, we were going to win the gunfights, and Raps pretty much won all the gunfights, all the key gunfights in the game. had a great, crazy game, and I think that's it. We're just a better team, and we wanted to win.
Because that's the way it looked like it was going down as well, especially into the late round. Because effectively, it was as long as you had your smoke alive, you were just using those smoke canisters, and there was nothing they could do. It was such a late round execute that we'd already won the round by the time they had got past them.
Yeah, on Oregon, you have two very strong sides for defense. Primarily, the first one, the downstairs basement, is a pretty OP defensive side, and I think that no matter what the attack can do, the defense can win the rounds if they um, if they it's really tough to get on freezer on the hallways, and to enter the site is pretty much impossible with Smoke, Goyo, Wamai, and Melusi. So I think that's basically it.
In round 1 of Oregon, we saw Felipox. He didn't move his feet, and he got 3 kills from the same spot. Was that the rest of the team driving players towards him, sort of baiting them to attack him, or was it just sort of switching off a little bit?
Well, for the English viewers that doesn't know, Felipox, Raps, and Alemão, they both played together on before, when they were minors, So, and we have basically like we like to joke with Alemão, that he never wins against Felipox. He had always the best frags, on their team, and right now Alemão over, so that's
He won't be happy with that, I'm sure.
and Felipox on these games, he always does the crazy plays. Before on the invitational, on the 6 invitational qualifiers, he had a crazy match on Consulate. He sprayed Alemão on the last round on the 7-7, and he did the clutch. It was amazing, and that there's this meme in Brazil that Alemão never wins against Felipox.
Oh man, that's beautiful. That's some lovely stuff. Thank you for the insight, Bodega, mate. It's always lovely to have you on, brother. I genuinely really enjoy it when we get a chance to have a chat. Before we let you go, though, to catch some rest after that one, any final thoughts you want to say out there for the fans?
Thank you again for watching this. We've been struggling at the beginning, but I think that right now we are prepared for the big games. It's time to start to prepare for the major. I think we're pretty, uh, we have I think 8 points in front of MIBR. Yeah, so we're gonna prepare for the major. Our only goal is to win. I think we need to win a title to be considered a powerhouse in Latam, and I think that's the season. We're gonna win it.
All right, man. I can't wait to see it. I hope you can back it up, Bodega. It's lovely to chat to your brother, and we'll let you go, man.
See you guys.
See you later, man.